welcome to Yoga Flow. Today's class is going to have a 5th chakra theme, so that's the throat chakra. So we're going to be doing a lot of neck rotation work and engagement, chin lock engagement today. So if you do have some cervical spine stuff, proceed with caution. And if there's something that, that's just not going to work for me today, just skip that part. It's all good. You may need a block today. Today's class will include an option for supported shoulder stand, supported fish pose, and a half moon. I've got 2 on each side as I switch sides, but one is really all you need, and maybe a folded blanket for some of us. So we will go ahead and get going here. Finding a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. Finding a little bit of length from crown to tail, but not so rigid that you can't breathe comfortably. We'll take a slight tuck in the chin, and we'll come into our practice. So as we're here, notice if there's anywhere that you could soften just a little bit more. Is that through the face, the throat and the neck, the shoulders, the hips? And as you breathe, can you find some expansion in that rib cage? If that's the breath you need today, stay with that one. So being that this is a throat chakra class, we're going to bring in the Ujjayi Pranayama, which is that back of the throat constriction vibration breath, also known as ocean breath or the victorious breath. So there's 3 versions of this that you can do based on your level. So the first one is making the sound on exhale only. So you're making an AH, ha sound, but your mouth is closed. You're forcing that air through the nose. So it sounds like this. And as I force that air out through the nose, I'm also engaging my belly a little bit more. So this tones that 5th chakra. It tones the vagal nerve. It tones the belly. Then you can also only do it on the inhale. So that's an AH, ah sound, which sounds like this. And then you can just relax, or you can engage the inhale and the exhale together. Constant sound. And that's the one you're going to hear me breathe a lot throughout this class. It's the most advanced one. But you take your breath however you need it. We'll just do a few quick rounds here. Good. Staying with that breath, returning to normal. Fingertips out to the side. Palms turning up. Inhale when you reach. Touching palms together. Exhale, hands in heart center. Creating an intention for your practice. What would you like to give or receive? So this being 5th chakra, the throat chakra, this is all about the voice. So maybe thinking about your authentic voice, speaking your truth, knowing that you have a voice, finding your voice. That voice is very important. And once you have that set, we'll inhale, take it up. Let's look up there, turning palms away and growing taller from crown to tail. Let's take those arms up, big inhale. Exhale, let's take that over towards the left. Nice side bend. Sits bones are rooted here, and you can choose to stay here. You can side bend deeper. You can choose to open up towards the ceiling, maybe looking back there at that hand, or maybe a C curve roll. Belly button in, forehead in the direction of the knee, but not touching. We'll breathe and expand. And then inhale and lengthen. Exhale, coming up, reaching up, taking that over towards the right. Go to your limit, so a little bit or a lot. You can choose to open up towards that ceiling or that C curve roll. Forehead in the direction of the knee, but not touching. Inhale and lengthen, and coming back up. Taking your arms forward here, palms up towards the ceiling, just find some rotation. Good. And then palms will come back up, taking hands to the shoulders. Let's open and close. So this is kind of about the neck and the throat, but I have found that tight shoulders and tight neck are often related. So we'll just work into these just a little bit here. Good. Finding your circles. Good. Now just kind of warming up the cervical spine a little bit here. So sitting nice and tall. We're going to take the chin to the chest. This also gets that throat lock or a bandha, Jalandhara bandha. Now, if you're able, you can engage all three main bandhas at the same time, starting from the root, the Mula bandha, the navel bandha, that Uddiyana bandha, and the Jalandhara. So zipping up from pubic bone to behind the navel, belly button in with the chin lock. It can be intense really quick for some people. Even for me, it's often too powerful for me to maintain too long. And then from here, we'll come up out of there. Good. We'll take the chin and your gaze where the ceiling and the wall meet. If you want a little bit more of a throat stretch here, take your jaw forward. And coming back to center. Good. Left ear, left shoulder. So different options for different people here. This might be enough. You might choose to move, taking chin towards that armpit, or up towards the corner. You might choose to walk out the right fingertips, extending that arm long, or maybe left hand comes up, rest right above the left ear, letting gravity give you the extra traction. So no pulling or tugging here. And coming back up. Taking that to the other side, right ear, right shoulder. You can stay here. Again, you can get that movement, chin towards the armpit or up towards a corner. You can walk out left fingertips. You can extend that arm long, or maybe right hand comes up this time, resting right above that ear. And when we're ready, we'll come back up. Good. So from here, your sternum, your shoulders stay forward, turning the chin and the head to the left and back to center, turning to the right and back to center, to the left, center and right, and center. Good. From here, get any little movement that would feel good to you. Maybe taking that into some neck circles, some shoulder circles, wrist rolls, a spinal roll, whatever would feel good to you. And then we're going to make our way to all fours, tabletop position. So support your wrists, support your knees as you need to. I'm going to move my blanket out of the way here. We'll spread the fingers nice and wide, rooting through the knuckles of the pinky, the pointer, and the thumb. Knees are hip width apart or a little bit wider if you've got some low back issues today. Belly button is in. Good. Inhale, shine that heart forward, tip that pelvis back, nice cow pose. Exhale and really round mad cat pose. And inhale and cow. Exhale and cat. Now you can stay with this basic. We'll go to our other options. Semicircle cat cow. Inhaling on the cow. Exhale as you round through cat. Sink down on one hip. Moving through center. Rolling up into that cow on the other side and then reversing that direction. Good. And so that's number 2. Number 3, dynamic cat-cow flow. This is more upper body intensive. But we inhale on the cow. Exhale as you round through cat, sink back, child's pose. Inhale, forearms drop, shifting forward, elbows stay in, baby push up, right into that cow pose. So take a few moments, move to the rhythm of your body and your breath, trying out 1, a combination of 2, or a medley of all 3. And for right now, think about nice fluid breath, fluid movement. And if it feels good to you, maybe consider that you're doing it right. Good. And then from here on your last one, let's find a child's pose. Knees can be together as wide as the mat or somewhere in between. You can take your arms long in front of you, or if your shoulders don't like that yet, you can take your hands back by the ankles here, just letting the shoulders release. Forehead can come to a block or to the ground. My arms are long in front of me, so I'm going to walk my fingertips just a little bit more forward. I'm zipping up from pubic bone behind the navel, and I'm breathing with expansion. So finding that Ujjayi Pranayama if you can. Finding that intention. And when you're ready, hands are going to come underneath the shoulders, and we'll come back up, and we'll come back to all fours. Good. So we're just going to warm up the core just a little bit here. So from here, I'm going to take my right foot back. I'm pressing evenly into my big toe and pinky toe mound. Then I'm going to let that right hip drop. I'm pressing back through that right heel. I've got a micro bend in my elbows, and my shoulders are strong here. Belly button is in. And when you're ready, we'll take that forward. Toe can be grounded, a small hover, or a hip height lift. Left arm's going to come forward here. I'm pressing away to the floor. We're going to take this into diagonal. So I'm going to go over to the diagonal and come back center. And diagonal and center. Diagonal, hold. Toe can be lifted or grounded. And coming back center. You can stay here, take a break. Some of you are going to bend the knee. Others are going to reach around, grabbing pants, ankle, or foot. Good. That right knee is going to come in towards midline. Rolling left shoulder back. Squeezing the right glute. Right foot's going to come straight up. Look forward. Look up if you can. Careful not to crunch the back here. So keep that front body engaged. And then when you're ready, we'll release out of there. No slingshotting, be in control. And we'll take that down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. If you need to come back and decompress the wrist for a moment, listen to your body and do so. Otherwise, we're going to take that whole series onto the other side. So from here, I'm going to take the left foot back now, grounding through the big toe and pinky toe mound, letting the left hip drop slightly, pressing back through left heel. Micro bending in the elbows, and I'm strong in my upper body. Good. When you're ready, moving forward, keeping it grounded, a small lift or hip height lift. Right arm's going to come forward. I'm pressing away with my supporting shoulder, taking that out into the diagonal. We'll take that out 1 and come back in. Take it out 2, come back in. Take it out 3, hold it out there. Toe can be lifted or grounded. And taking it back to center. Take a break or stay right here. Otherwise, bending that left knee. Reaching around, grabbing pants, foot, or ankle. Rolling the right shoulder back. Left knee is in towards midline. Squeezing left glute. Taking that left foot straight up towards the ceiling and looking up towards the ceiling. Good. Front body is engaged here. And then when you're ready, good, we'll release, lengthen, take that down, find a little child's pose here if you need it. And when you're ready, good, planting the hands, coming back forward, finding a downward facing dog here. So if you're about 5 foot or taller, take a half a hand's width or full hand's width forward. I'm 4'9½", so I'm gonna stay right here, tucking the toes, lifting and shifting. Keep a little bend in the knees here. Press evenly into big toe and pinky toe mounds. Hip, knees, and toes are going to track. I'm pressing in and forward into my mat. I'm rooting through the knuckles of the pinky, pointer, and thumb. Fingers are still spread wide. Shoulders in the pockets. My belly button is in. My head and neck are free. You can start to lengthen a little bit here, or you can keep a bend and straightening. You can walk your dog, bending one knee, lengthening the other. You can come high on the toes and drop the heels. You choose what your body needs. Finding breath. This is a great place to practice the Ujjayi Pranayama. If it's hard for you in other places, this is where I started. From down dog when you're ready. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk or step your feet forward this first time to meet your hands. Good, and we'll just fold. Keep a little bend in the knee if you're tight in the back side of the body. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway, flat spine. Fingers to the floor, the block, shins or thighs. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll continue with our warm-ups here. So big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale and lift. Look up there. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, plant the hands, step or hop back to plank. Hold that plank. Knees can be lifted or grounded. Good. And then from here, whether you're lifted or grounded, trying not to collapse through the shoulders, try to make your way carefully all the way belly down to the floor, untucking the toes. Hands are going to come a little forward and to the side, rolling shoulders back, belly button in. We're going to come into a Cobra Twisty sequence here. So from here, belly button in. Good. We'll lift up through center, shoulders in their pockets, maybe baby, maybe a little higher, and we'll lower. So it doesn't matter how high you come as long as you're not crunching. Inhale, exhale, press through that right hand, look over right shoulder, and come down. Press through both hands, belly button in. Find your height coming up through center and lowering it down. Inhale, press through the left hand, look over left shoulder, and come down. Belly button in, press through center, find yours, and come down. From here, hands under the shoulders. Stronger, more experienced yogis can tuck the toes, push up into plank, shift back down dog. Everyone else, follow me through tabletop. Lifting up, finding your down dog. Take some breaths here. From down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. We're going to do a few more of those a little bit faster. You choose to take or skip the flow, any back bend of your choice. So if you're skipping the flow, down dog, child's pose, hanging out in plank, all great options for you. So from here, big inhale when we reach. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Finding breath from down dog. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale and lift. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Move with your breath. Reconnect. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last one. Inhale and lift. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. I'm going to skip this last one here personally. From your down dog, when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain, and tension. So find all four corners of your feet here. Good. We're going to take our arms forward. We're going to come into a standing twist. On this one, try to keep hips more forward. So you're not going to open as deep. We'll take our arms forward here and take your gaze to the right hand, and we're going to open. Good. So hips stay forward. Look to the right hand, engage your throat. And coming back to center. Good. Opening to the left, hips stay forward. Look at that hand. And coming back. Good. From here, when you're ready, then inhale and reach. Look up there at those hands. You can clasp them if you can. And we're going to sit back into a chair pose. So hips and knees are about hip width apart here. Really root in like you're trying to rip your mat apart sideways. You should feel this from the hip all the way down the legs into the feet. I'm going to let go of my hands here. Good. And I'm just going to start to move nice and gentle, going into skier, and then coming back into chair, and moving back into skier, and coming up into chair. That might be enough for some of you. Others are going to follow me. Full range of motion, coming all the way up, looking up there, and then taking that all the way back into skier. And we'll come up, look up at your hands, and taking it back. And we'll come up, look up at the hands, hold it up there, maybe clasp. Zip up through that front body. Inhale, exhale, hands to prayer. Sit back into your chair pose. Now, some of you may choose to twist or not. So if you're twisting, you'll follow me. We're still hip width apart here. I'm going to go down just a little bit deeper, lengthen my torso just a little bit longer, and then I'm going to twist to my right. Elbow may or may not come on the outside. If your left knee came forward, take your left hip back. Really open that right shoulder. Look towards the right. Harder to breathe here. Inhale, exhale, come back, press to the feet, coming up, looking up there, and then finding your prayer chair. Good. So again, you can stay here, or we're going to twist to the other side. So I'm going to lower just a little bit more. I'm going to lengthen a little bit more. Big inhale, exhale. Good. Right elbow on or out to the outside of the left thigh. If right knee came forward, take right hip back. Open that left shoulder. Look over that left shoulder. Good. Coming back to center, and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. Inhale, plant the hands, step or hop back to plank pose. You choose, take or skip a flow. Good. From here, left leg's going to lift 3-point, bending that knee, opening to the left. So as you open your left knee to the left, your left foot's going to come over to the right. Maybe you can look under the right shoulder and see yourself, wave at yourself with that foot. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, just lengthen. We'll take that foot back down, even up the hips. Right leg lifts now, bending that knee. We're going to open up towards the right. So your right foot's going to come to your left, maybe looking under left shoulder. Give yourself a wave with that foot. And then we'll lengthen and we'll take that back down. Good. Left leg lifts again, bending that knee. Opening to the left. Inhale, exhale. See if you can swing and step that foot through or pick it up and put it there. Use a block if you need to for stability. We're going to warrior prep. So hip, knee, and toe of that right foot are going to turn out away from the body. Find a heel to heel, heel to arch, or a little bit wider stance. Strong into the feet, strong into the legs. Find your power, find your stability. Rising into warrior one. Front hip will come back hip will come forward a little bit here. Hip, knee, and toe track forward. Knee doesn't go past the ankle, but it's fine to be behind it. I'm pressing back through the back edge of the back foot. Some of you will hang out right here. Others are going to choose to open up. Others are going to choose to clasp the hands back here and press away and open up. And others are going to follow me through a humble warrior variation. So I'm going to hinge forward. I'm going to come on the inside. I'm strongly pressing into both feet. My shoulders are in their pockets. They're not by my ears. Find your breath. Getting into the feet, coming back up, reaching up, inhale, exhale, find length as you take your path back to the mat. Swivel up the back foot, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. We're going to take that to the other side. Right leg lifts 3-point, bending that knee, opening up to the right, strong, even upper body. And when you're ready, we'll close, we'll swing and step that foot through or pick it up and put it there. Warrior prep that back foot. So hip, knee, and toe of the left leg, turn out away from the body. Find the alignment that works for you. Strong in the feet and the legs. Find your power. Rise. Front hip comes back hip comes forward. Good. Zip up through the front body. Remember, come back into that intention. Find your truth. Speak your truth. Find that authenticity. Maybe you open. Maybe you reach back. Maybe you follow me into a humble warrior variation. Rolling shoulders back, pressing through that back leg, coming on the inside. Finding breath. Strong through the feet and the legs as you come back up out of there. Reach towards the swing. Inhale, exhale, find length as you take your path back to the mat. Swivel up the back foot, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. Noticing how you're feeling now. From here, inhale, look forward, bend those knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. From here, sitting back into your chair pose. We're going to go to a little bit of a different pattern now with that. Good. So pressing up, reaching up, zip up through that front body. And take that fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, plant the hands, step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip your flow. Always coming back to the Ujjayi, just the inhale, just the exhale, or both together. From here, when you're ready, left leg lifts 3-point, bending that knee, opening up to the left. Inhale, exhale, swing, step or pick up and put that foot through. Good. Warrior prep the back foot, strong in the feet. We're going to rise. We're going to open warrior 2. Maybe front hip comes back a little bit, back hip comes forward. Relax the shoulders. Look over that front hand. Find the back edge of the back foot. Zip up through the front body. And then you choose keeping a bend in the front knee or lengthening that leg like this. We'll take it back, find exalted. If you like to bind or arm wrap here, you can find that. But look up towards the ceiling, look up towards that hand. Good. Inhale, exhale, finding warrior 2. We're going to come into triangle from here. I'm going to lengthen my front leg, but I'm keeping my front knee soft and unlocked. So this is soft knee. This is locked knee. So kind of, feel that difference with yourself. Make any alignment changes that you need. Front hip's going to come back hip's going to come forward. Root into your mat. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Remember, long torso. This is not a forward fold. When you can come no more, come to a thigh, a shin, a block, or the floor. Opening up to the right. Really open that right shoulder. Look up towards that right hand. Breathe and expand. Good. Now, those of you that want a little bit of an extra bonus here, while still looking up at that hand, root into the feet, maybe bottom arm comes forward. And then from here, when you're ready, bottom hand will lower. Look down at that front foot. Put a bend in that front knee. Good. Plant your hands around. Swivel up the back foot. Front foot steps back. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Good. And then when you're ready, we'll take that right into the other side. So I'm just turning around on my mat here. Good. Right leg's going to lift 3-point, bending that knee, opening to the right. Inhale, exhale, swing or step or pick up that foot and put it forward. Warrior, prep your back foot. Find strong feet. Rise, finding warrior 2. Good. So front hip will come back hip will come forward. Relax the shoulders. Can you find the power of your voice as you find the power of this pose? Good. From here, keeping the front knee bent or lengthened, find it exalted. Maybe you're binding or wrapping. Look up. Reach up. Good. Inhale, exhale, finding warrior 2. Lengthening the front leg. We're going to find triangle now on the side. So make any changes to your alignment that you need. Front hip's going to come back hip's going to come forward. Root into those feet. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen from the hips. When you can come no more, come to a thigh, a shin, a block the floor. I don't think I need a block on this side today. And then I'm going to open up. Look up there. Really open up that left shoulder. Good. Now those that want a bonus, root into your feet. Good. Bottom arm comes forward. Taking that hand back down, looking down at that front foot, putting a bend in that front knee. Good. Cartwheeling, framing that front foot, swivel up the back foot. Front foot steps back. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Good. From down dog when you're ready. Inhale, look forward, bend those knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath. Mountain, intention. All right. We're going to step out wide here. Good. So we're just going to do one of these little folds here with a little bit of a twist. So I've got my feet out. I'm just going to kind of take my arms out to the side. So think about ankles and wrists being in relative alignment. Hips, knees, and toes are facing forward. So my feet are parallel to the short edges of my mat. So hands can be here. You can take your arms up. Big inhale. Exhale, hinge from the hips and fold. When you're ready, hands can come down. And for a moment, just because this feels good and we all want to go there, pressing through the outer edges of the feet, maybe you can lower just a little bit more. Head may or may not touch the floor. And then from here, we'll come up, wide-legged table. Left hand comes under the face, shifting the hips to the right, opening to the right. Look up there at that hand. Inhale, exhale, take that down, hips back even to the floor. Right hand comes under the face, shifting the hips to the left. Press it way in, we'll open, looking up there. Inhale, exhale, taking that down, hips back even to the floor. One more time, take a fold if you want that. And then from here, pressing through the outer edges of the feet, little bend in the knees. Good, hands can come to the thigh as you walk back up, and you can heel toe, and then step everything in. Okay, We're going to come to half moon here. And if it's not accessible to you right now to do this up against a wall or the back of the couch, a sturdy piece of furniture, that's okay. You can certainly do this in the center of the room. But I want to show the wall because it's really easy then to look up at the hand and get that throat chakra activated when you don't have the fear of falling over. So I'm going to start here with the block in my left hand. My left leg is going to be my supporting leg. I'm just going to kind of move this out of the way here. Good. So left hip, knee, and toe are going to come forward. Good. And I'm just going to open up here, and I'm going to open into my wall, because when I open up against the wall, then I don't have the fear of falling forward. And because I no longer have that fear, now I can look up at that hand towards the ceiling. So this is actually what full half moon looks like with or without your block when you're in the center of the floor. And also, because you're here, could you also practice something else? Now press into the heel, opening up here. So it's a very different perspective when you open up at the wall versus trying to do this in the center of the room. And then from here, we'll look down at that hand, that foot, put a little bend in the knee, and coming up out of there. Good. So hopefully that felt great to you. We're going to take that to the other side. I'm just going to move this blanket here out of the way. Good. So I've got my block in my right hand. My right leg is going to be my supporting leg. So hip, knee, and toe are going to face forward here. Good. And then I'm just going to maybe give myself a few little taps here, taking that block down. I'm going to open up into my wall, looking up at that hand. Good. Maybe pressing into that heel, so I'm not hanging in the hip here. Again, a little bit easier to do when you're at the wall because then you don't have to worry about falling over. I was at the wall for 2 years before I came out into the middle of the room. Never be afraid to use your wall. And then from here, when you're ready, you're looking down at that front foot, putting a bend in that knee, carefully coming out of there and the way that you need to come out. Good. So hopefully that feels amazing to you. We're going to start to work our way down to the floor and stay down there for the rest of the class. So I'm just going to move my blanket back out of the way from the top of the mat. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll out. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. And taking it back. And then from here, when you're ready, drop those knees. Find a juicy child's pose for yourself. Knees together or as wide as the mat. Arms long in front of you or hands back by the ankles. Breathe and expand. Find that Ujjayi. Good. When you're ready, and we'll come up to a seat here. Good. So we're going to come into a deer pose, and you can certainly sit on a folded blanket if you need to. So if you're familiar with Pilates and especially reformer, there's this way that we sit sometimes called the Z sit. So that's really what this is. So just to kind of give you a perspective. Good. So here's kind of like this shin coming here, and then my other shin is parallel in the front. I personally am 50-50 on this from side to side. Sometimes my knees and hips are okay with it. Sometimes they're not. So if that's you, forget that alignment and just be crisscross applesauce. We're going to take this into a twist. So from here, when you're ready, big inhale and reach. Exhale. We're going to go to the shin side. Arms are going to come down, rolling shoulders back, looking behind you. Breathe and expand. Inhale and lift. Exhale, come to center. Inhale, exhale. We're going to take that twist to the other side, rolling shoulders back, looking behind you. Find your breath. And notice how the Ujjayi feels different when your neck is in a rotation versus straight in line with your sternum. And then when you're ready, we'll come back here. Okay, we're going to switch sides. So I'm just going to switch that around here. Again, remember, crisscross applesauce is also an option if this is not good for your knees or your hips. But from here, we'll inhale and lift. Exhale, good. We'll twist towards the shin, rolling shoulders back, looking behind you. Inhale and lift. Exhale, center. Inhale, exhale, taking that to the other side. Arms come down, rolling shoulders back, looking behind you. And when you're ready, we'll lift and come back center. Good. So from here, we're going to take your legs long here. I don't know why I'm doing that. We'll just come this way. Good. Take your legs together a little bit wider apart. Big inhale, exhale, find a forward fold. And on this one, take your chin to your chest. So find that Jalandhara, that chin lock, that chin bandha. Good. And we'll carefully come up from here. So from here, we're going to open our shoulders up a little bit more. So I'm going to demonstrate this for you, lying on my belly. Now I'm going to open up towards my right side because that's going to be the side that's going to go towards the camera. So I'm going to be belly down here. Good. So my left hand then is under my left shoulder. My right arm I'm going to take straight out from my shoulder. And then I'm going to walk those fingertips right up in line with the eyeball. From here, belly button in, I'm going to push with my left hand. I'm going to roll over onto that right side. Where you go depends on you. Some people don't come over very much. Other people, like me, can come over a lot, but maybe not quite enough to bind at the hands, though some people can do that. So be mindful, just like in a hip opener, pain, numbness, tingling, burning, not normal sensations. So if you feel any funny business, back off until you don't. There is a little, it's called a solar plex nerve bundle at the top of the shoulder. So this can be a sensitive area. And when you're ready, good. We'll carefully come out of there and we'll come back down onto the belly. Good. So from here, you just make that in little circles. It'll wax on, wax off. Good. Ika Bhuja 2. So I'm still going to use that left hand. I'm going to take my thumb inside my right fist. I'm pressing into the left hand. I'm lifting up. Now my right arm's going to come underneath my chest, and I'm going to come down here. I'm going to use my left fist as a little chin stand here. And just breathing. Good. From here, I'm going to lift my chin out of that fist. Good. Pressing into the left hand, lifting up. Good. And coming out of there. Maybe a little wiggle, wiggle. Good. From here, so for me, I opened up that right shoulder. So I'm going to stay on the right side. So same leg as shoulder that you just opened. Bend that knee. Reach around. Maybe you grab pants, ankle, or foot. This might be enough for some of you being right here. The right knee stays in towards midline. Good. I'm going to take my left arm long though. Belly button is in, maybe squeezing the right glute, taking right foot straight up to the ceiling, rolling right shoulder back. This might be enough. Maybe you come into a hover. Good. And when you're ready, we'll lower that back down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. We're going to take that all to the other side. So just so that it's easier to see, I'm just going to turn around to the other side here. So now we're going to get the left side. So now my left arm is going to come straight out from my shoulder. I'm going to walk those fingertips up till it's in line with my eyeballs. Right hand under right shoulder, belly button in. I'm going to roll over that left side. Well, this is my tighter side, so I don't have as much range of motion here. So I'm just going to hang out right here. Remember, pain, numbness, tingling, burning, not normal. And even if you feel a stretch, if you can't breathe normal here, then that's also an indicator that you've gone too far. And then when you're ready, we'll come back out of there, back down, belly down. Good. So get your little circles here. Good, in both directions. Good. Now from here, my right hand, I'm going to press into the right hand as I lift. I'm taking that left thumb into the left fist. I'm lifting up, left arm crosses underneath and coming down here. I'm going to take my right fist and make a little chin stand. And this is my harder side. Good, and from here when you're ready, good, we'll lift up. Good, we'll press into the right hand. We'll lift that arm out of there and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. So remember, same leg as arm. So I'm going to bend my left knee. I'm going to reach back, grab foot, pants, or ankle. Good. Left knee is in towards the midline. I'm going to roll that left shoulder back, squeezing the left glute, taking that left foot straight up to the ceiling. Maybe right arm comes long, maybe you hover. And then lower that back down. Good. You can take a break or do this next one with me or watch, but we're going to double this one up. So now I've got both knees bent. I've got both of my feet. I'm rolling my shoulders back. This might be enough for some of you. Belly button in, squeezing the glutes, feet straight up to the ceiling, looking up towards the ceiling. Careful not to crunch the back here. So front body has to be engaged. And then we'll lower that back down. Good. Release the feet. Hands under shoulders. Press back. Child's pose. Good. From here, when you're ready, good. We're going to take a forward fold again. So legs in front. Big inhale. Exhale. Find your fold. Maybe find your chin walk. And when you're ready, we'll come up. Good. So we're going to prepare to come into shoulder stand series here. And this is going to include plow and ear pressure pose. If you have any kind of cervical neck issues, eye pressure issues, uncontrolled blood pressure, vertigo, those kinds of things, I don't recommend that you come up into full shoulder stand or plow. I recommend instead taking a block and either coming into placing that under the sacrum and either coming into a supported bridge pose or a supported shoulder stand. And this supported shoulder stand is also really nice if you're having a ladies' day. It's a lot less intense than the full shoulder stand if you've got that going on. So just know these are options for you if you've got neck issues or different things going on there. Good. So for me, I'm going to use my blanket here. So I've got my blanket this way. Now, that being said, this blanket is going to go under my shoulders only, and it will not go under my neck. This is going to give me more space under my neck. Nothing goes under the neck. So as I take this blanket here, and some people even take 2 blankets stacked like this, depending on their situation. When I lay back here, yes, I've got room. When I lay back here, my shoulders are going to go right to the edge of the neck. So again, if you lay back here and you feel anything under the neck, you need to scoot down until nothing is under the neck, or scoot back rather, until nothing is under the neck. Okay, so all this does is give you a little bit more space. Good. So I've got my shoulders on the end here. And then when you're ready, good. Take that up into your shoulder stand. Use your core. Good. Now, I don't do this one very pretty because I've got limitations in my shoulders, but ideally you want your shoulders and your elbows to be in alignment. You know that you're out of your shoulders and in the neck if you feel that bone at the base of your neck popping out. So you want to back off if you can't stay out of there. Good. I'm just going to reach up, drop a little bit more here so I've got a longer torso. Good. Now, while you're here, you can, point and flex the feet, roll the ankles around. You're free to stay here. Those of you that want to move on here into plow pose, and we're in the chin lock here as well. So the chin is coming towards the chest. Hinge from the hips. If feet don't touch the floor behind you, keep your hands behind the hips. And if they still don't touch the floor, don't do a bouncy, bouncy thing. Just let them be where they are. I'm pressing into my shoulders. You can hang out in plow, or maybe you want to bend the knees, your pressure pose. Ideally, they actually come by the ears. That's not where I am in my practice, but some of you might be there. Good, and then from here, I'm gonna reach my feet back up. I'm gonna come back to my shoulder stand. Good, and then I'm gonna carefully take my feet behind me as I roll out of here. Good. So those of you that were on a block, good. Feet are to the floor, lift up. Take your block out from under you. And once you're down here, take your knees into your chest, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Maybe taking the head to one side and then taking that to the other side. Good. So from here on this next one, I'm just going to roll over to my side. I'm going to remove my blanket here. Good. So we'll come to supported fish or full fish. I will demo supported fish first. So supported fish, you're going to take your block. So think about right below the shoulder blades, or think about a bra line. Hold that block there with one hand. Guide yourself down with the other hand. So when you come back, you don't want the block to be down here in the lumbar, and you don't want it to be up here close to the neck. So you can open up, and your shoulders can open up. Some people like legs long. Some people like a bend in the knee or crisscross applesauce. That's all up to you. This is supported fish. Good. So I'm going to nod my chin, come over here. If you're going into the full fish here, good. You'll come onto your back, take your hands, sit on your hands, roll your shoulders under a little bit here, and your legs can be long in front of you. You're going to press into the elbows and the forearms as you lift the chest towards the ceiling and take your head behind you. So that's fish one. Fish two requires a lot of core strength and engagement. Your legs will hang here at a diagonal. If you don't have a strong core, this is going to go right into the back, so be mindful. Fish three, flying fish, maybe arms come up towards the ceiling. So again, strong core here. Take your breath. And then when you're ready, carefully come out of the fish pose that you chose in the way that's best for your body. And once you've done that, you come up a block if you use it, take your knees into the chest, rock, rock, rock side to side. And once again, take your head to one side and then take it to the other side. We're going to finish up here with the final twisty. So I'm just going to scoot out a little bit here so I've got plenty of space. We're going to keep this one pretty basic. So arms out to the side, knees in tabletop position, belly button is in nice and tight. Good, we're gonna let those knees come over to the right, trying to keep left shoulder grounded, looking to the left. Breathe and expand, find Ujjayi Pranayama. Good. Head back to center. You can take one leg at a time back to center, or use your abs to bring them both back together. Wiggle, wiggle here. Good. Reset yourself. We'll take that into the other side. So belly button is in. We'll take those knees over to the left. Right shoulder grounded, maybe looking to the right. Breathe and expand. Good, head back to center, one leg at a time, or using your abs to come back in. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Maybe lifting upper body, full body hug. We made it. And we're gonna go into Shavasana from here. So the luxury of being at home is you have access to all kinds of props if you want them. But from here, you can do traditionally, letting everything come long and flop open. You can put a bend in the knees. You can be on your side. You can be on your belly. You can use your props. See if you can make yourself about 10% more comfortable where you're going. Drop into that heart space. Good. Think about that fifth chakra or the color blue. I'll leave you right here for a few moments. Taking some deep breaths here. Choose stillness or gently take head and neck from side to side. Choose stillness or invite movement of the fingers and the toes. Choosing stillness, maybe taking knees into the chest, choosing to keep the upper body lowered, or maybe you want to see curve lifting up, finding a full body hug. And choosing stillness or taking legs long in front of you, moving any props out from under there first. Arms long behind you, and reach and lengthen from the edge of the fingertips, the edge of the toes, full body stretch, point and flex through the feet, bend and stretch through the hands, twirling wrists and ankles in one direction, and then in the other. And then from here, whenever you're ready, carefully bending in both knees, and you choose rolling over onto your right or left side, the side that works best for your body in this moment. Here. And when you're ready, carefully pressing yourself back up to a comfortable seat, maybe the same one you started with, maybe a different one. Good. Find your length. Notice how you feel. Palms towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach, 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 and lengthen, touching palms together. Look up there one more time. Exhale, hands in the heart center. Reconnecting with that intention again, the one you chose, or maybe authentic speech, speaking your truth, finding and speaking your voice, because your voice is important. Then we'll take the thumbs to the forehead for good and true thoughts, to our lips for good and kind words, and to our hearts for open and loving hearts, knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted. No gain is ever reversed. May you be safe. May you stay well. You have a wonderful day, evening, week, month, season ahead. May you always find the courage to speak authentically. Namaste.